latitudes and longitudes. Our Earth is like a sphere. It does not have a top or a bottom. It also does not have sides and corners. Without any point of reference, it is difficult to locate a place on the surface of the Earth. Therefore, to locate places on the Earth, certain points and lines have been defined on its surface. Let's study about these reference points and lines in detail. North Pole and South Pole. The Earth rotates on its axis. The two endpoints of this imaginary axis of rotation are called the poles. The top end is called the North Pole and the bottom end is called the South Pole. There is an imaginary line drawn midway between the two poles. It is called the equator. The line divides the Earth into two equal halves. The upper half is called the northern hemisphere and the lower half is called the southern hemisphere. Let us learn about some more imaginary lines drawn on the globe. Latitudes. Latitudes are also known as parallels. They are circles drawn horizontally between the North Pole and the South Pole. Latitudes are parallel to each other. They are labeled in degrees. The parallels are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. There are 180 degrees of latitudes in all. There are 90 degrees of latitude in the northern hemisphere and 90 degrees of latitude in the southern hemisphere. The northern latitudes are marked by N and the southern by S. The equator is the longest latitude. The length of latitudes decreases as we move to the North Pole or South Pole. On the poles, they are just a point instead of a full circle. Features of latitudes. All the latitudes run parallel to each other. The longest latitude is the equator. It is also called the Great Circle. Important latitudes. You already know about the equator, North Pole and South Pole. Now let us learn about 4 more important parallels. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degree south. The intensity of the sun rays is highest at the equator and it keeps on decreasing as we move to the North Pole or the South Pole. Longitudes. Longitudes or meridians are vertically drawn semicircles joining the North Pole and the South Pole. The term meridian means midday. All the places located on a particular meridian have midday at the same time. There are 360 degrees in a complete circle, hence there are 360 meridians in all. The meridians are of the same length. To locate places, these meridians needed to be numbered. So, the longitude passing through Greenwich in England is taken as 0 degree and is named as prime meridian. It divides the Earth into 2 parts, the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere. The meridians are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. There are 180 meridians towards the east and 180 meridians towards the west of prime meridian. The meridian 180 degree east and 180 degree west actually refer to the same meridian known as the International Date Line. Features of longitudes. The length of all the longitudes is same. The longitude forms a 90 degree angle with the equator. The distance between any 2 longitudes is maximum at the equator, and it keeps on decreasing as we go towards the poles. locating places on the globe. Latitudes and longitudes form a network of lines called the grid. We can locate any place on Earth's surface with the help of this grid. To locate a place on the globe, we should know the value of latitude and the longitude of the place.